public.
Peace. This is the enemy's public. I am Bro.Nasir. This evening, first of all, I hope everybody's having a good evening. This evening, I want to discuss what is indoctrination and who is indoctrinated. I'm going to have my brother, Norfolk, coming through. And we're going to have this build, and if anybody want to come through to have this build and engage in this build with us, please do so. Before we do that, I just want to talk about indoctrination for a little bit, and discuss what is indoctrination. Now, what is indoctrination? It's the process of teaching a person or group to accept a belief uncritically, to teach someone to fully accept the ideas, opinions, and beliefs of a particular group, and not to consider other ideas and beliefs. In addition to teaching for beliefs, philosophers have traditionally identified 4 supplementary criteria of indoctrination. Now, we have method, how beliefs are taught. We have content, which beliefs or types of beliefs are taught. We have intention, the teacher's aims, including how they expect pupils to relate to beliefs. The term indoctrination is closely linked to socialization. However, in common discourse, indoctrination is also and often associated with negative connotation, while socialization functions as a generic descriptor conveying no specific value or connotation. Now, the difference between teaching and indoctrination is teaching does not take place in the method of indoctrination. Indoctrination is a process of inculcating or propagandizing a person with ideas and beliefs, and the adoption of these beliefs without proper understanding. Indoctrination is also when a person imposes ideas and beliefs upon a people in areas that ultimately call for individual reflection, decision-making, and choice. It is distasteful because it is aimed at limiting an individual's ability to think and choose. Religion and moral education are sometimes considered indoctrination, and it can be. Indoctrination itself has been made synonymous to religion, that anyone, in fact everyone, is indoctrinated. You can be indoctrinated in truth. You can be indoctrinated in falsehood. No one goes around believing something that they know is a lie. They believe it because they think it is truth. Now, so no one can go around saying that someone's indoctrinated. They're not. It's a matter of who's under falsehood and who's under truth. Now, peace to my brother Norfolk. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. One second. Now, often we get our moments of truth and we start understanding. And when we start understanding, we expect others to fall in and take notice, not realizing it's our moment of truth alone. We need to realize the truth is different from a truth. The word "the" is the definite article, and nothing can surpass "the." No matter what you put after the word "the." When you say you're the man of your house, this means that no one, no matter who walks into your house as a male, is the man over you. As so with the truth. The truth is final. Your indoctrination is systemic. Truth or falsehood. Peace to my brother P. Norfolk. How you doing, good brother?
Peace and power, my brother. Salutes to the channel. Salutes to the chat. Hey, peace and power to everybody. Much love and respect.
Let's turn the music off. Yeah, brother, I want to get into it with this the build on indoctrination. Because we need to understand that we've been using the word and taking the word out of context. We are all indoctrinated. Whether it's the truth or falsehood, we are indoctrinated. And
that's a fact.
The word's been thrown around as a negative connotation when we actually, it's when most of the time it's when we disagree with somebody or we're trying to sway somebody to, what we believe in our connotation. And the word's been dirtied up, as so with certain other words, like the word regurgitation. That word's been dirtied up also. It depends on what you are regurgitating, falsehood or the truth. Regurgitation is only each one teach one. That's all that is. If you said something to me, you dropped a gem on me, brother. I took it in and I saw a brother and I spit it back out. That's each one teach one. But they took the word regurgitation, which really means to vomit, throw up, and they made it synonymous to us teaching each other. Or the negative connotation means that we took something that's false and we not false, really something that somebody may not agree with, and we say, okay, you're regurgitating somebody else's knowledge. And we all learn from each other because it started the knowledge and it came from somewhere. So it's an origin of what all of us learn. So it's all regurgitation. I just like to have your your thoughts on that, brother.
I'm with you 100%. I feel like a lot of things, a lot of words get misinterpreted because they just being repeated. A lot of people will hear someone else say something like we spoke about, and the word regurgitated and indoctrination have been taken out of context. And they're not being used in their natural form. They're being used in their terror form. What people using that walking around, especially in this YouTube space, we seem to carry words, to fit our agenda. Like the word indoctrination. If a person is against the government, they'll use indoctrination to say, "Hey, man, you indoctrinated by the government, or you indoctrinated by religion." And a lot of people may be upset about these words. These are kind of like trigger words that's being used. And, that's not even the meaning of these words. You could be indoctrinated, like you said, by the truth. Whatever you are um, into, or whatever you consume, and whatever you hold as your truth, you are indoctrinated to it.
Exactly. It's your doctrine. Peace to Lady Shea Butter. Thanks for joining us. Indeed,
Lady
brother.
Shay.
Actual facts. Actual facts, brother. You just spit. You're in your doctrine. That's your doctrine. It's like when we go back and forth, when we want to discredit somebody's thinking, that's what we'll use. You're
Mhm.
indoctrinated. We want to discredit somebody's thinking. And the word was dirtied up for a good
I
reason.
think we all indoctrinated.
For a good reason, because some of us we some of us are indoctrinated with the American justice system. We believe in it. Some of us believe that we are properly educated and we don't want to hear nothing outside of America's curriculum. That's indoctrination. And some of us don't want to hear nothing outside of what our clergymen that we're under say. We don't want to hear nothing outside of that. We don't want to listen to no new ideas when knowledge is infinite. So you should be open to different ideas. You should be open to a lot of ideas, being that knowledge is infinite. You know, this the sister said, in doctrine, try is all mental blockages when we use outside sources over ours, which is a fact. Which is a fact. Yet we are all indoctrinated. Now, if you are in your truth, you're indoctrinated. And it mostly comes when some of us get our call eureka moment. Oh, I got it. I understand now. And we're not patient with others. When someone who was teaching us, whether you got it or not on your own, or somebody taught you and gave you the understanding, you start to understand, we need to understand that we need to be a little more patient with our people. In your moment of truth, your understanding is yours. So we should be teaching each other and being patient while we teaching each other. Our problem is we want to impose our will on other people, and we can't do that. And we shouldn't impose our will on other people.
I'm with you on that. I 100% agree with you on that. So, do you feel like, we suffered from this with many other things outside of the word indoctrination, the word regurgitation, and that's just like, the way that we can listen to. That's just like anything else that has been a misnomer. You know, we hear stuff. We got sayings and stuff, as we say, you know, you can't let your left hand know what your right hand doing, and these things that others, those words don't even really go to what's being said, but we kind of take these sayings and these it becomes tradition. So do you feel like using the word indoctrination in a negative sense has become tradition for our people in this new truth age?
It's been not necessarily tradition, but it's been a frequent talking point. Now, we are in the culture now of suspicion. That's the culture we're in now, suspicion. Everybody's an agent, you know, everybody's it's boule because they hear this word boule. Everybody's a gatekeeper. We learn these words, not necessarily learn the words, we hear the words, and we don't take the time to study the word, get the understanding of the word, and before we use the word. And the word is just thrown around like a frisbee when we don't understand the word. And it draws suspicion on everybody who stood and acted on our behalf. And I always tell our people that those in the past and stood and acted on our behalf did the best with the knowledge that they had. Now, they didn't have this microwave knowledge that we have today. All you got to do is go to a computer, turn it on, and go to a search engine and find what you want. We had to go to the library in my lifetime. I'm 56 years old. I had to go where they bury the lies in the library, okay, and find the knowledge that I needed. I didn't have microwave knowledge, you know, and we need to understand that when we're looking for knowledge, we need to just stop searching for knowledge. We need to do research. Is the buying back to. Search and search and search, because our enemy knows that we're looking for knowledge. So they'll put what they want you to know up top. That stuff you see up top, that's the trick bag. You need to scroll down further and further and further and further and search and search and search and research. That's research, not just clicking on the first thing you see, being intellectually lazy. We have a lot of intellectually lazy people among us who click and try to teach the first thing that they click their mouse on. And they take it and they out here teaching our people that. Now, I was taught a long time ago, never click on the first thing I see. Enter and history, it best rewards you on your research. And I was always taught what that prefix meant. Re means to bind back to. Like when you do a rep, it's done repetitive. Now, we have to do better when it comes to teaching our people. And we need to not teach our people to be suspicious of those who stood and acted on our behalf. I don't like that, because we talked about it on the phone. We talked about Dr. King, okay?
Right.
And how brave he was because he went into imminent danger.
That's right.
He went to imminent danger knowing that he was in danger. And the loudmouths talk about how he was boule and how he was this and how he was that. Yet the man was on the battlefield and he did something. I don't agree with his methodology. I believe in nonviolence until you touch me. Right. Then the dynamic change. Yet Dr. King believed in nonviolence and he went to imminent danger knowing that he could be killed. He traveled all over. The man was stabbed. He was beaten, bit by dogs, water hoses on him and all that. And then he went to Memphis, the Poor People's Campaign. The first time his life was threatened. And then he went back a second time and stood on the balcony. How many of us would have did that? Almost
Not
all of
many.
us. Almost all of us wouldn't have did that. Went back and stood on the balcony.
Right. I'm with you. I feel like people was working with, see, most times we try to place ourselves in someone else's shoes, but then not be walking. Just because you put somebody else's shoes on, you ain't taking the same steps they was taking.
Fact.
Um, yeah, back in that time when he came up, that was like one of the only ways to really get up and get ahead. And I'm not, for now we know better. See, we've been washed with this sea of information that people look at as a good thing, but for this to be allowed, we have to look at how strategic the people in control of everything have been with us since the beginning of time, and say, wow, we know we got the internet right now, so why would they let this sea of information come through if they was telling us at a point in time that colored people, I'm gonna use that word, you know, at a point in time was not able to even read, if it was against the law to read or learn how to read. So we have to be aware of the agenda of why this time is the age of information. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
I think a lot of people drowning in the information. There's more people drowning than the people who being saved. That's what I see.
And it's overwhelming to a lot of our people who get this knowledge without the understanding. You have to get, understanding is the best part. You have to get the understanding. And we shouldn't even try to teach before we get the understanding. Don't go out and repeat nothing. Because if you can go out and you can tell the truth, you can tell the truth. It could be the honest truth. Yet if someone asks you to explain it and you don't understand it yourself, how are you going to do that?
Right.
You won't
Or
be
you
able
get
to do
upset
that.
when somebody asks you.
Exactly.
Most people get upset.
Exactly.
That's
You
supposed to be
have
the best thing for a teacher. I'm sorry, my brother.
and now
That's
you
supposed
got
to be the best thing for a teacher. When a student raise their hand and asks a question, that's supposed to show you that they paying attention.
exactly.
And that's what you're supposed to want. But we get the opposite. When somebody asks a question, the teacher now is getting upset because you're paying attention rather than being satisfied that you're paying attention.
It's like parroting. It's parroting. We got a lot of parroting. People just repeating what they heard instead of going, okay, if you heard something that attracted you, study it. But don't be out trying to teach it before you study it. Peace 4-5 Black. Don't be out trying to teach it before you study it. Peace to Bronx Flat Power God. But we have a lot of parroting going on, and people don't have the understanding of even the truth that they're teaching.
Mm, that's deep.
How are you trying to teach something you don't understand it yourself, even if you're telling the truth? Because you get a brother or a sister, or you get a young person who's eager to learn, not only to learn, yet they want to get an understanding. They're gonna question you. Peace to the bomb mom. They're gonna question you, and you have to be able to answer those questions if you're going to be the teacher.
That's right. That's right. It more often turns into a debate when a question being asked, just when you do the astute research, you should be able to give an example. And that's easy to do. You should always be able to take yourself back through your walk with your research that you went through. You should be able to say, hey, I got this from brother so and so. When I got this knowledge, I put my test, my theory through it, boom, boom, boom. But we don't get that. You know what I mean? Um, we get a lot of people getting upset when they being asked questions. A lot of people now just want you to take their information and run with it, and
Exactly.
that's not building. Yeah, that's not building a strong teacher.
And
You
that's one of
want the
the
person.
definitions of indoctrinated. That's one of the definition of indoctrination, to not question what someone's trying to teach you.
Right.
That's one of the definitions. Even if it's the truth. It should withstand criticism. It should withstand questioning. It's the truth.
Oh yeah.
So
Uh, I think this word indoctrinated um is mostly used as like a trigger word or like a verbal assault because it's kind of like you said, it's been tacked on to religion, it's been tacked on to education, it's been tacked on to the system of government. So if we understand that we all indoctrinated, um, we can see the pretense of the word, and we can see where we going wrong with using this word indoctrinated. If a
right.
lot of people understood what we talking about right now, they'll have this firepower. They'll laugh when somebody tell them they're indoctrinated. I hate to hear a person say, "Man, you indoctrinated with this, or you indoctrinated with that." Well, we all indoctrinated in
Exactly.
something. The thing is, what are you indoctrinated by, or what are you indoctrinated into?
Exactly. And I agree with that. We're all indoctrinated. It's a matter of truth or falsehood.
Mhm.
And the word's been used out of context, as so a lot of words that's been thrown around. See, people, they use words over and over again, like pseudo. You're pseudo. I've been hearing that word a lot too. You're pseudo, and then everything turns into a debate. If you're not going to add to the conversation, you're not building. You're debating. You're pushing back. We don't even have, like, when we build, we don't even have proper builds. And if we do debate, we should argue in the best of manner.
That's right.
Even even our old wicked enemies argue in the best of manner. We want to insult each other and call each other stupid because we disagree with each other. That's one of the reasons why I don't get into debate. I tell my young brother or sister who don't want to hear what I'm saying, just live. If you don't want to
Hmm.
believe what I told you that's down the road that I already walked, take your ass down there. Go on down there.
Yeah.
But I told you which way to go when you
Yeah.
get to the fork in the road. If you want to go that way, you go that way. But I told which way you should go to avoid whatever's down there that's not good for you. But if you want to take,
That's right.
sometimes people walk, they walk. You can't get frustrated because they're not gravitating towards what you're saying. Just tell them to live. Go ahead and live. You'll get it.
That's right.
But you remember what your big brother told you about what's down there.
That's right.
You remember
That's
that.
right. Like that word regurgitate. When you research some, you dig deep with it. So, you know, and like the metaphor like they use in the Bible, eating a scroll.
Mm.
When you eat something, you consume it.
Right.
To say to eat something would be to consume some. See, some passing through you, you might not consume it. See what I'm saying? When you consume something, you take it in wholly, and it goes inside of you, and then you could be able to regurgitate it. You
Exactly.
can't regurgitate something that you haven't consumed. You see what I'm saying? So, uh, I think a lot more people should be more conscious of the words they speaking, man. It'll keep things like this from being so prominent in our community.
Right. That's a good way of putting it because it goes into your mind, and it's crazy because you putting a negative connotation on each one, teach one when you say regurgitate because it goes into
Right,
your mind and you go out and you spit it back out to somebody else. All you're doing is teaching what you learn. So
right.
you can't say somebody's regurgitating. So you're making each one teach one a negative connotation by saying it's regurgitation.
This is how we got to the level of empowerment that we had when we were when this whole conscious community thing first formed. And that's even the Black Power days. All those were different levels and steps that we reached as a people. So each one teach one was the building blocks of that.
Facts.
That we've been saying that since way back, like, you see what I'm saying, 50s,
Yep.
probably before then. But I can
Yes.
document it then because it's inside of gang literature.
Right.
So this is something that our people was passing on, like word of mouth, like real Indian talk. Hey, each one teach one. This okay. When that mean when I get this the knowledge or the information, I'm gonna pass it on. That's something I do. I try to get like 10 people, and hopefully one of them gonna be like me, and they're gonna go out and do the same thing. You see it, but regurgitating is putting them. We supposed to repeat the truth. You can't do nothing but repeat the truth. You gotta
Especially,
repeat the truth just like you hear it.
especially, our sojourn here in America. Not long ago we wasn't allowed to do this, so we had to do it. Each one teach one. We had to do it verbatim. That's how we had to do it. So
That's right.
we're used to each one teach one. They have reach one in between that too. Each one reach one,
Yeah.
then teach one.
Each one. Then they went to each one teach one, reach one.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We don't have that no more, man. We got all we got is the like what we talking about, and I think that came with the sea of information, man.
Yeah,
Um, you
overwhelmed.
know, overwhelmed us.
It
It drowned
overwhelmed
us.
the fact that it was at hands reach with clicks instead of, like I said, when I used to study anything before we got electronics, I had to go to the library and dig
Mhm.
up books, you know, borrow a book from the library. Either you take it home and study with it, or you sat right there and you study. Now everything in the library is, it weighs. I can get 1,000 books with probably will weigh 500 pounds in my 3 pound hundred. I mean, a pound and a half laptop that I have
Right.
with clicks. Just click on it, and then if I know the name, I just click on it, and then the book's here. I read
And
several books.
especially if they say something that um if they say something that um what is justifies or verifies you, you know what I mean, and something that you want to do that a lot of people going against, then you're gonna listen to them off top because now you've found another way to um consume this information, but have an agenda with regurgitating this information. You know what I mean? So
But
we get caught up in a lot of traps and snares when it comes to information. Like you say, everybody's an agent. Everybody a fraud. You know, and it's 9 times out of 10, just like the Dr. King thing. He wouldn't have agreed to go through something so he can lose his life. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So we have to understand what type of situation was he in. He realized at the end, he saw the future. He saw what we
Fact.
seeing now at the end. But that's when we first when this way of thinking first came toward the end when he said, "Oh shit, these people wicked. We ain't gonna never get out of this shit. This shit perpetual. What do perpetual mean?" He probably said. When he looked up and really did his research and found out what perpetual meant, and he matched the word perpetual with the actions that was showing that these immigrants was being given our fucking whole economic floor, he
Exactly.
understood that we was integrating into a burning house. And he flipped the script on him, bro, and that's what got him killed.
He asked that. He said, I'm integrating my people into the burning house. Should I put the fire out or should I let it burn? That was the
Oh yeah.
question he asked. And
Like
then
I tell
he,
people, I say, man, we don't know the same Martin Luther King. I know the Martin Luther King that I respect, that I know is the one that said, and next time when we march, we finna march on Washington and we coming for our motherfucking check. That's my Martin Luther King.
66 to 68. See, they throw up 1963, Dr. King, in our face. That I have a dream. I like the
Yeah.
66 to 68. Violence is necessary. That one. We
Or
will cut
Malcolm X, when him and
the
Malcolm
check.
X.
Cut
Yeah.
cut the check, Dr. King.
Yeah, that's my Martin Luther King right there.
They reduced him to a slogan. He was reduced to a slogan. All of us, they reduce us to a slogan. They name streets after us and then reduce us to a slogan. And
Pacify.
we throw
Pacify.
exactly we throw ours away too much, brother. As wicked as Robert E. Lee, Francis Scott Key, George Washington, all the Christopher Columbus, as wicked as they are or were, they are revered
They
by their
got
people.
statues.
They're revered
They
by their
got
people.
statues.
They're revered.
Holidays.
They are revered by their people. As wicked as they are. You can't say nothing about them, but we throw ours away for a microscopic indiscretion, a mistake, and based on
One
the knowledge
step.
we have. One little microscopic mistake will throw ours away for it, brother. And they're doing what some of us don't have the gall, audacity to do. It takes a lot
Right.
to stand for our people because we're ungrateful.
They
We're
do.
ungrateful.
A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people see. I look for that teacher who will die for the truth. If I get that feeling, the connotation from them, if I know they'll give it all for just the people, everything they doing is for everybody. You know what I mean? For the betterment of the people, you can feel that kind of spirit. You know,
We're,
King had that spirit.
yeah,
X had that spirit.
fact, while we're on that subject, I heard somebody speak about the situation with the brother Riza Islam,
Mm.
and they said that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan disowned him. See, that's what I don't like. When people go on these channels and they hear something, and instead of studying it, instead of asking those who are in, they'll go by what somebody else told them. Now, that situation with Riza Islam was a laborers meeting. That means only laborers was at that meeting that who's members of the Nation of Islam. But there was what they are called today a Judas among them, that recorded that laborers meeting and then put it out, that's a no-no. A laborers, we're not supposed to hear, nobody outside the Nation of Islam is supposed to hear a laborers meeting. It's only for the laborers that's in the nation. So there was somebody in there recorded that and put it out. And whatever the minister was saying to a member of the Nation of Islam is not none of nobody's fucking business, man. It's nobody's business because you're not in the nation. So that's not your business if you're not in it. And he was giving the brother some sound advice. And so somebody said, oh, the minister disowned Reza. That's a lie. Get the truth before you start running your mouth about something you don't know about. That same sister was with him last night on Corey Holcomb's show. That same sister that they said, oh, he raped and all that same sister
was on the show with him.
Was with on Corey Holcomb's show last night.
Yeah.
So people should stop running their mouth about things they don't know about. And that the minister disowned him. No, if anybody now, if you was going a way that I feel is detrimental to you, what am I supposed to do? Pull you, right?
Right.
Brother, don't do that. Go this way. They setting you up. They're doing this. They do that. I know what's down there. Don't go that way. Go this way. If I care
people call that disrespect. People call that disrespect. If I care, because it's going against what you want to do, and people call going with what you want to do, regardless of the circumstances. You know, I can see you doing something destructive, and I can say, hey, I respect what you want to do. It should be your choice, even if it's destructive to you. People call that love.
Now, if you care about somebody, you pull them. Always say, take it or let it alone. Well, I'm going to pull you. You're not going to be able to say that I didn't tell you.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, but the ultimate decision is yours. Because I can't really stop you, physically stop you, but I'm going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Brother, don't do that. That's going down the wrong path. I know I've been down there. Don't go down there. Ain't nothing down there. If you decide to go down there, I hope you make it out of there. That's it. Because I know how hard it was when I went down there.
Right.
You know,
a lot. So do you? I want to ask you a question. Do you feel like so we talking about going from the truly conscious mindset, because even though the information was lacking, see, I look at, when I talk about the information, you know, we were just coming into consciousness. So, you know, we moving up in consciousness. So just because we wasn't here don't mean we weren't conscious. Yeah. Now I feel like we here, but then it's just a whole bunch of water poured in the cup with the pure shit that we was trying to get. So it's diluted. So really, we not even where we was at really, because there's so much bullshit in the cup.
Yeah.
With the pureness now. See what I'm saying? So do you feel like our people will ever, you know, kind of understand that we kind of under a programming or a rhythm, a certain vibration? Because they say it's a vibe. This the vibe now. Everything we talking about, that's the vibe now. It's a vibration. So do you think that we can kind of reverse the pattern and get back to strong values, ethnical values, such as like each one teach one, and you know, really trying to bring that power as a people?
Brother, when we are searching knowledge, especially if you do it the way the modern day, we need to understand that if we're not careful, we'll get knowledge. Just because you get knowledge, it doesn't mean that you're going to get something that's beneficial to you. You'll get knowledge. And they're going, our enemy who don't have our best interests at heart is going to put things up in whatever search engine we search on and whatever we're looking for. They're going to put what they want us to know on there, not what you're searching for necessarily. That's why I say you have to research.
Oh
Again,
yeah.
if you are a intellectually lazy person, you're going to get that stuff at the top of the page. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
That a lot of us click on the first thing that we see. You're going to get that and be out here
These phones,
wondering aimlessly, thinking you know.
these phones smart too, so they know what to show who first.
They're wickedly wise. You got to understand they are wickedly wise, and they
Yeah.
know they know their gig is up. So they're going to try to dumb down as much as us as possible, and then have us drawn a wedge against each other.
Our
And
Google searches ain't the
it's
same.
the battle of the intellectuals.
You know, our Google searches won't even be the same. I can Google some, long as it ain't something specific we Googling with a specific name. If we put in just some random anything, I don't want to make an example because it can be anything. We ain't gonna get the same thing, but our likenesses gonna fill up from what you get for number 2 might be my number 9
Exactly.
on the search. You see what I'm saying?
When you are specific, and they are suggestive, something wrong with that. You were very specific on what you was looking for, but they are being suggestive to throw you off of what you're looking for in specific. That's what they do. So you have to understand that we have to distinguish everything, every single thing. And when you're looking for something specific, don't get distracted. They do it. It's a weapon of mass distraction. That's what this is.
Distraction.
Weapons of mass distraction, because it's all at the click of a mouse. You can find anything. Click of a mouse. If you know how to search, if you are patient enough. And that's another thing. We have to have patience when we're doing our research. Because I remember when it was funny, I think I told you the story before. It was a debate on one of these channels. I'm not going to mention the name. And it was against an NOI brother against a ISUPK.
Right.
The ISUPK brother put a picture of an old white man trying to say that that Minister Farrakhan was half white. When I seen the minister's father before, I seen pictures of him. So the man was born 1936. The problem is, Minister Farrakhan was born 1933. So this man, so I'm like, this is mathematically incorrect. You know,
yeah.
these are tactics that people use. Weapons of mass distraction. They put things before us to distract us, to keep us from getting what we really need. And when we get what we really need, we are penalized for it. Like the jab thing. They every social media that Reza Islam is on, they take them off it. You start another channel, they take them off it. Why? And now it comes out that everything that we was told about this C-19 thing was a lie. After all that, we learned that everything's a damn lie. So this is all weapons of mass distraction. And if we're not careful when we're doing our research, then we get led down the wrong path, and then we teaching something that we shouldn't be teaching our people.
That's right. It's just like advertising. Like I tell people about advertising. You know, that's like a hypnotization of your adversary. So
Fact,
when you being advertised to, they got persuasion in there. Like when you being advertised the damn Coca-Cola, they not showing you the same shit you drinking and put in your stomach, cleaning a motherfucking motor under the hood of a car.
fact,
You see what I'm saying?
fact.
So they got somebody drinking it in the sun, like a beautiful young lady drinking it in the sun, and you like, damn, I got you feel what I'm saying? So
Me,
that's why I'm getting at with this seeing information thing. Um, because we got a lot of
peace to Big Dog.
information. Salute to the OG Philly.
Peace to
And Lady Shay.
Angela Sally Coffer, popcornologist, Brown's Flat
Salute.
Power God. Peace to all the
Salute,
side.
bro. Salute. Yeah, man. This indoctrination, just the the energy behind using the word, and for the simple fact that we all are indoctrinated, is huge within itself, man. I think it's something we need to look at. I think
Yeah.
it's something that we need to understand, to understand, to overstand, and you know, I think that'll be help us better reach and teach, like
And
we
it help
talk
us
about.
exactly. It'll help us better to reach and teach and help us better to communicate
Exactly.
because it's a lack of communication because when we a lot of us when we're trying to teach each other or when we're trying to build with each other, man sharpen man like steel sharpen steel. But in order for us those two to happen, you got to come together. You sharpen steel got to touch that steel, and the brothers got to converse. And we have to learn how to speak to each other. And if a brother's walk is not your walk, you need to understand that. It's ways of teaching a brother or a sister without, and being imposing. I say get your student. Get your student. And it's ways of getting your student without being imposing. Now, when you say somebody because they don't yet get it, always tell them, just keep living. That's all I tell them, just keep living. You'll come, and when you come back to me, guess what gonna happen? I'm going to accept you.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to accept you when you come back to me. But walk your
Hey,
walk.
I feel like too, we got to, it's so much pro-choice, you know what I mean, and freedom.
Too many
I
choices.
think we have, yeah, the communication is definitely an issue, but I feel like we got like this freedom because we got an Christ issue. We have a freedom issue. So any little thing where we deemed is free, where we can get that justification and say, okay, I got freedom of speech. So that's why a lot of people post a lot of crazy stuff. I got freedom of thought. So, I'm gonna believe what I want to believe. And we not holding each other accountable. We're trying to tell each other that, hey, it's okay because that's your choice. I'm showing you I love you just by being behind whatever you behind. That's mama love. That's
Yeah,
feminine energy.
yeah,
What a man that's out here checking shit, that's
yeah.
holding accountability and setting the precedence for the woman to help out and match with and be behind.
Fact, fact. I agree with that. Peace to the brother Love Zay. Um, we have to have accountability. And we have to hold each other accountable. And there's ways of doing that without causing bad blood against each other. So ways of doing that.
That's right.
If you want for your brother what you want for yourself, always say if you approach him in a way that you don't want to be approached, that means you want that for yourself. So approach your brother how you will want to be approached. Now, I'm a militant, always have been. Yet, when I approach a brother, I know how to approach him without him having a bad taste with how his brother approached him. Because if I call you brother, I have to go accordingly. It's a title. It's not some empty word. It's a title. And if I approach you in a way that you don't like, as far as like hurting your feelings or coming at you just straight up sideways, it's not going to feel brotherly to you. So
Right.
how can I say brother and you look at me like, "Man, this dude came at me crazy"?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not brotherly.
Oh
If that's your brother, you have to, for one, sometimes you have to be, I always say exercise patience. And a lot of that comes with my, becoming an elder brother. Because again, I came through the ranks of acting all crazy and shit. I came up like that through those ranks, acting all crazy.
yeah.
The older and older you get, the more patient but less tolerant, if that makes any damn sense.
Oh yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm the same way. Definitely less tolerant, and just
Yes,
not to,
yes.
yeah, just not to like, look like a clown with expressing my true feelings. I just had to like cut a lot of things off, even with like information and shit. If I know a certain piece of information is incorrect, and I'm not gonna keep studying on this information. I gotta now set this to the side. And I got a lot of people who I kind of work with on YouTube videos. I do research with people, and sometimes even some of the same people who say the word indoctrinated, I can see how they can be falsely indoctrinated because we all indoctrinated, whether
Yeah,
it's an indoctrination of truth or whether it's an indoctrination of falsehood. So that kind of combats the process. So it's a lot of things that we kind of have to understand to be able to overstand. You know what I mean? That way
indeed.
you stepping over shit you used to trip over. You feel?
And you can also be indoctrinated with being stuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Being stuck and not moving forward after you got things established. When you get things established, the only thing left to do is go to work. Okay. Now, a lot of us are indoctrinated with just dwelling on the same shit instead of moving forward. Once we get one thing established, okay, let's move on to the next thing. Let's work on this and move on to the next thing. It's like when are we going to get to work and
Right.
bring things to fruition?
See, it's like even say like the Bible, right? When I hear a person's heart about that, I ain't finna just give them too much. I'm in my mind, I'm registering where they at, and I'm saying, okay, boom, let me get to work. Let
Exactly.
me show them this. Hey man, let me open this book with you real quick. Like, man, read this. Now, read that to me. Now, what you get out of that? And then now I gotta ask them, man, do you really believe it?
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
some of our people.
That's a way from not. I'm my bad, brother. I want to say this because this really important. That's a way to get somebody to tell they self they wrong. You don't gotta tell somebody they wrong all the time. That's gonna push them away from you. You can ask them a question instead of saying, "Man, this bullshit. You believe in some bullshit." You can say, "Hey, man, what they say? What you get out of that? Okay, now do you really believe that?" It's simple. You know what I'm saying? That's a
Sometimes,
teacher's approach.
and sometimes it's better to just get a correct answer instead of saying the person is wrong. Sometimes it's better to just give the correct answer, and it'll spark the person's mind that gave the incorrect answer.
Mhm.
I don't mind if I'm wrong, if I'm incorrect. I don't mind being corrected because I want to do and say things that's right and exact. So if I'm
Right,
wrong about something, correct me because I don't want to walk around teaching nothing or living nothing that's incorrect. Not
right,
me. Tell me if I'm wrong. And that's one of my favorite things to say. Tell me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't let me walk
right.
around doing that. Not if you care about me.
Oh yeah. I think it's when it comes to I think with money on the table with the YouTube thing, you know, a lot of content creators are in a rush for those 1,000 subs. You know,
Yeah,
those 1,000 subs is until somebody get past those 1,000 subs is like it's unknown. You know, it's like you never know what they'll do to get to that 1,000 subs. So I think a lot of times, um, ambition and emotion get in the way of the teaching.
yeah,
Ambition, yeah, and that's all it be. And it's kind of like, saying black people lazy. I don't think black people should be treated like fucking slaves and just keep working for somebody else the whole time. But at the same time, if they don't work, they consider lazy. Like you see the comparison with what I'm saying. So, um, like I say, man, we just have to try to put away emotions and put a hold on our ambition, to get to what we're trying to get to and be more focused and dedicated on the teaching.
yeah. I mean, I strongly agree. I strongly agree.
Oh yeah.
And in order for us to teach the correct information, peace to the brother Shan TV. In order for us to give the
Yeah.
correct information, it takes us. It takes for us to personally care about the people that we're attempting to teach. See, me, I take it personally. That's why I'm able to converse with other people to get what that brother or sister has to offer if I'm going to teach somebody.
Mhm.
Peace to the brother Shan. How you doing, brother?
My brother
Peace,
Shan,
peace.
salute.
Salute, salute.
Peace,
What's
bro.
up? What's up? How y'all doing, man?
I'm good, brother.
Salute. I'm glad you came through, bro. Much love and respect.
Much love and respect to you and everybody else on the panel and the chat. How y'all doing? What's going on?
Just great, brother. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, likewise, likewise. See, I just
Yeah, so
building.
we talk
What's
about this
the?
word indoctrination.
Mm-hmm.
The word indoctrination. We're talking about how everyone's indoctrinated, whether they're indoctrinated into truth or falsehood. And we also talking about regurgitation. Like when I spoke about the word regurgitation, I used the analogy that was in the Bible as far as eating a scroll. When you eating something and consuming something is synonymous. So instead of eating a page with words on it, when you read it, really consume those words so you can research them. see what I'm saying, and be able to regurgitate that shit properly or build upon it. You know what I mean? And if you
Indeed.
want to run with that indoctrination word or the regurgitation word, man, you know we can get busy with etymology too. So lose, bro. Go ahead, you got it.
Okay. Peace. Word. Yeah. Wow. The indoctrination of the religions, that we could deal with that. That, I mean, you know what that did to us. It basically put us behind time because we so far behind that we trying to catch up with people right now. You know what I mean? And it's because we didn't know ourselves. So we're just now beginning to study ourselves, because if we knew ourselves from a long time ago, then what would happen is that we would have more power. So because we don't know ourselves and we didn't, and we're just now catching up to that, it's like we're just gaining that life force. We're gaining traction on, what we were supposed to be doing many centuries ago because of the indoctrination of many other things, not just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Religion is just one aspect,
yeah.
but yeah, so
All in the same though. All they're all in the same because if I'm gonna take a page out of, I'm gonna read from the book of Leonardo.
Oh, whoa.
mhm,
Okay,
Shout out
OG,
OG.
Big Dog Philly OG. I'm gonna read from the book of Leonardo. The educational system, the medical system, the religious system, and those three systems, and also did I mention the medical?
mhm.
All those systems are one and the same.
Oh yeah.
If you are believing in those systems and you are in those systems, and no one can persuade you out of those systems, you are indoctrinated. And to elaborate on what the brother said about regurgitation and indoctrination, I'm gonna go with both words. Now, when you eat something, you regurgitate it. You as far as regurgitation, you take it into your brain and then you spit it back out. But when it comes to eating something physically, you have a digestive system that takes what you need, and the rest is waste. Okay, and you know how the waste come out you. And if you eat something and it's not good for you, it makes you sick to your stomach and you throw it back up anyway. It comes out. You vomit. You puke. Peace to Tina Jenkins. You puke. You regurgitate it. Be why? Because what you tried to consume wasn't didn't sit right with you, so you
Right.
spit it back out. Yet
Right.
if
I like how you used it.
if you
I
were
like
to consume it, you have a digestive system that took the nutrients that you needed, and the rest was waste. And that's what we got to do with knowledge.
Yep.
Take
I
what you
like how
take
you
the
used it.
nutrients and the rest of it's waste. It's like eating the fruit and spit out the damn pit.
Well, like if when it come out waste, it's coming out bad, obviously. If it come out you throwing up, it's coming out bad. If it
And it
come out
also
with with your skin breaking out, it's
exactly.
coming out bad. But when it come out as giving you energy and giving you healing type of things like that, it's coming out good. You know what I mean? So um I like how you use that analogy with what you eat now. Um with that being said, a lot of things that's being regurgitated and then being passed along, it's not coming from a generous standpoint of passing it along. I say that because we done went away from the simple standpoint of each one teach one to I ain't trying to tell nobody shit. But if people listening to me, then I can use this for my personal profit gain. It's a selling the information going on right now, and it ain't in this purest form.
And it's also from the wide gap, brother. It's a wide gap also. And that prohibits our young people to not want to hear what we have to say. And that's why I talk to young people because we have to bridge the gap with our young people. A lot of times they don't want to hear nothing we got to say because of us in the past lying to them.
That's
And
right.
what we have to do, we have to come and we have to tell the truth to our young people. Whether it's a harsh truth or not, we got to tell the truth. Because it's like a parent lying to their child, but expecting their child to tell them the truth. You can't do that.
I think we have to understand that there's good and bad in everything, and there's good and bad intentions within all kind of people and all kind of agendas. So we have to be able to, if you want to say, eat the meat, spit out the bones, or eat the fruit and spit out the seeds. You understand what I'm saying? We have to be able to do that, and we have to do ourselves the due diligence of actually researching, testing, trying, and approving things before we go further along with them, man. You know,
I
that's where
agree.
I'm at with it.
I agree.
And
Yeah,
my
I
brother
agree.
said,
I
oh,
agree
okay,
too.
yeah, I was just going,
I'm
yeah,
listening. I'm listening. I hear you. I'm just taking it in. What I'm saying is that yeah, the children, right? That's the future, and most of this indoctrination is we breaking it though, because doing this, like being on the panels and getting our people together, this is a direct fight back. You know what I'm saying? Because it first starts with everybody getting to know, who they really are, so that they can have, just a little weapon to fight back. Because it's a very, rough spiritual war going on right now and throughout the whole world.
Amen.
So, like the brother saying, is like it's good and bad in both type of situations and shit. So we got to know which one we're gonna screen them out, like a smoke screen. We're gonna screen them out, and we're gonna sift out the people who, because you got some people who can be coerced, and I think these are the low frequency energy beings. Now I believe that operating on a high frequency, it'll be hard for you to be, trapped or indoctrinated in certain things, because even though we were all trapped or indoctrinated because we was hand walked into like every one of these systems or these shitstems. We was hand walked into the shit without we even, having the proper knowledge about it. So then the way we walked into it so that we can accept it. You know what I mean? Everything that we were taught, it was desensitized to us that we can accept the shit. So now we've accepted it, and that made it like mandatory. So it's like, because we accepting certain indoctrinations, it becomes law. You know, so we trying to break this by doing these bills, showing up on different people's panels so that we can speak the truth, because the truth is like light, and the light can't, nothing can basically block that. We got to keep on spitting it, because the darkness is working just as much as the light is. If we're going to acknowledge darkness to like being like, people without knowledge, or them low frequency energy beings, we
Indeed.
got to continue to still be spitting this truth, this light. Each one teach one. Candles, if we are candles, then we're burning our flames. Then no candle loses its flame by lighting another. That's what we need to do.
I like the way you put that, brother. I like that.
I'm with you on that, 100%. I feel like when you said it becomes law, right? I feel like, see, with all of us being compatible to nature, there is no one in head of another person except for like family line. That's natural. You know what I
Indeed.
mean? So when we get incompatible with nature and start taking on incompatible systems with nature and start being unnatural, the person who wants to be unnatural is going to make a system of unnaturalness that's gonna last and be permanent. So then they
Mhm.
gain people to follow them and carry on with that. And then that's where this whole indoctrination and regurgitation thing kind of come from, because at one point in time we were all compatible with nature. And one thing about nature is nature allows what it allows. Ain't no indoctrination with nature, and that's the same thing with the truth. See, the truth don't allow nothing extra.
Go
The
ahead, brother.
truth only allows for the truth. So when you get to put your own spin on something, see, and you can use things for your own personal gain and take things out of context, that's divisiveness, and I think it's unconscious. I don't think it's conscious divisiveness. I think it's learned behavior.
Anything natural is inconsistent. Is it anything natural is consistent with truth. Natural in nature is consistent with truth because nature brings forth life. Anything that's outside of nature,
Wow.
anything natural, doesn't bring forth life.
Yep. And life is the truth. And the truth is the light. And we
Exactly.
are the light, the energy beings. Like we are the light. We the ones basically, because you could tell we get the most. See, the Aboriginal man and woman get the most fight in this world about everything. So
And like
what
like
they
the
have.
agenda. I mean, the brother triggered something in my mind when Key was speaking about
Mhm.
nature and things that's natural. He triggered something in me because I knew where he was going, but I'm gonna take it all the way there. Like the unnatural agendas that they're pushing in our schools with sexualizing the children and sexualizing the children the wrong way. If you're gonna I wouldn't suggest sexualizing a child at all because it's a child for one, and for two, I heard Raven Simone. She was talking on. I forgot who she was talking to, but she was talking about how powerful her people were. She said, "My people are powerful and we're resilient." And when she said who her people was, it blew my mind.
Who is her people?
The
Because
LG,
you know what she is. She's the alphabetical community, kid.
Yeah, yeah, that's her
LGBT,
people.
her people. She said that's her people. Now you're not black first. I can understand if that's your way of life, but you're black first. But
And you
Nah,
know
but
what's
look,
crazy?
but my
that's who you are as a person. That's
yeah,
your
Right.
but my
over.
brother, I don't want to cut you. I'm gonna let you have it, but you got to understand that they put that alphabetical shit before their color.
I
You know what I
know.
mean?
Right.
See,
So,
And you know
see.
what, Sam? You know
yeah.
what? See, the alphabet came and morphed off of us because other
Mhm.
white folk, and I'm gonna say white folk now. Hey, y'all white people cool. I'm talking to my people right now. Hey, other white folk was using us as an emotion tactic against other white folks.
Oh, definitely.
Other white folk, yeah, they was using us and they was pressing on their emotions with us. So we
Mhm.
was being led into segregation. Come on, treat these poor black folks good. Y'all doing other white folks had to stand up and take up for us. It took us to incorporate with other white folks who cared to rub that in the face of other white folks who didn't. So we became an emotional pinpoint on the heart of America. But now who's the emotional pinpoint on the heart of America? You used to can call a black man a nigger. You used to had to treat your black man properly at a certain point when it came to job. Look at the job. Look at the rules when they go to your job. Look at the rule book on the inside. It's more stuff wrote in there for you than them. Why? Because we came out of time to where it wasn't. But now who's the people who took what took the place of civil rights? The alphabet rights.
Yep. Yep. Actual fact. Actual fact.
The alphabetical community basically got a lot of voices right now, because what happened is that most of the people on the low, they subscribe to that, but they might not, like, just act like it in the public and shit. But they and it's like, because that right there, you have most of the people of power who or like the people who got money. These are the people basically who are pushing that forward. Oh, good night from your mouth.
Hey, look how they can use it. Now they can use it for, okay, don't bash me, or I'm so sensitive type of thing, or to where like, shit, nigga, you gonna do what I say because
Yeah,
now I'll make everybody think you gay
But the
and you
thing is,
ain't like kind of shit. You see what I'm
right.
saying?
I
They got
understand
Yeah,
power,
what
bro.
you're saying. I
yeah,
understand
that's
this.
the power.
But when you have somebody intentionally trying to deceive somebody, intentionally, somebody can get hurt like that. When you intentionally try to deceive somebody, dressing like a woman when you're a man, somebody can get hurt like that. And nobody
Right.
should do that. Nobody should do that. Now, you can be who you want to be, and nobody should bash you, nobody should abuse you, or none of that. But
And you know what? I think this. Oh no, my bad, brother.
but but,
Okay.
but as far as them
I,
deceiving people, like the thing they did with Umar Johnson, that was wrong.
That was
Fox Soul,
wrong.
Fox Soul, they had Umar Johnson on there and his brother Dewan. They had they had somebody's echoing.
Oh yeah, it's an echo. YouTube video.
Tammy Mack,
You gotta go.
Cynthia G, and a transsexual on Fox Soul. And being that Umar Johnson is always calling, the sisters queens and all that other stuff, he didn't know there was a transsexual on the show. And then when he found out, he was upset because he was calling this dude a queen.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? He was calling this dude a queen. And then what the dude go and do and make a video saying that Dr. Umar Johnson was flirting with him. He didn't know you was a man. And
Right.
Tammy Mack knew that shit. Before that man came before that man came on there to do that show, he should have been informed of who was going to be on that show. Stop it. See, that can get somebody hurt. And if you don't want somebody
Man.
aggressing you violently, you don't come at people like that.
But see, that
Now,
was one of their tactics to make
yeah,
him
that's what
look bad.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you don't want people to come after you or do something to you violently, why would you, like the situation with Genuine? Genuine was on the show. Transsexual was sitting next to him. He told the transsexual he don't swing that way. The transsexual sexually assaulted him, tried to kiss him.
Mm. Yeah, you should have Bobby Brown.
After he told him he don't swing that way. I had the footage of the Bobby Brown thing with the Bobby Brown thing. I think I posted it a few days ago.
Yeah, Bobby Brown don't play that, man. People try to,
You don't do
tell
that.
lies on him. They try to say he was on drugs, he did this and that, but Bobby Brown a real dude, man.
You don't do that.
The
Now,
family. Yeah, you don't do that.
you live the way you want to live, and everybody's supposed to respect the way you want to live. But me, I don't support that. I'm gonna tell that from the down mountain. I don't support that. Don't bring that to me. I have family members like that. They know, keep that where you at. I love you as a family member, but keep that where you at. That's not how I want to live, and I don't want it around me. Yet, and that's not hate. If you
Yeah, I want to say that too. There ain't no hate,
if you have a right to do that, I have a right to not want that around me. Rights is rights.
That's it. I'm just a
Rights is rights.
natural dude. It ain't no hate or nothing. I'm still going,
I don't hate
trying to
nobody.
get comfortable with my family member. You know what I
I don't.
mean? So
I don't hate them. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate anybody. But I have a right
I
to
just
say
think that tax is
around me.
divisive. Like I told Bro Sanchez 4 years ago, I said, bro, their agenda gonna be on the kids because they gotta have a future. If somebody got so much pride and some like civil rights was for the future. Civil rights was for the fight for the future. So you gotta think if somebody gonna take a fucking initiative to make a flag or something, that's or a statue or parades and shit, that mean this shit finna last, right? So who gonna last? And these some 20, 30-year-old motherfuckers who life expectancy, see, only 40 more years. You think they want this shit to die in 40 more years? Nah.
Yeah.
Hell nah. They're gonna keep getting kids to incorporate in this shit and it's gonna live on.
Especially when and they put it in the schools curriculums. They have a book, and I think it's in Maryland. They're putting it in the school's curriculum. They have a book called Calvin, um, where it's a 4-year-old transsexual first day of school dressed as a boy. Now, there's no such thing as a transsexual who's 4 years old. If a boy have on girl clothes, an adult put those clothes on that little boy. No,
That's right. Say that again, bro. Oh
there's no
my God.
there's no such thing as a transsexual little boy that's 4 years old. If he's wearing girl clothes, an adult put those clothes on that little boy.
See, brother, they asked me how would I feel if my son was gay. How will my son be gay when I'm his daddy? I've been his daddy. I caught him when he came out. How you
It's
gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's up
not,
to me to let him know. I let him know earlier what how things supposed to be, and if you want to do something different, then I give you the choice. Then I'm gonna feel like this, but hey, this is how it is, and this is how it's
plus
supposed to be. You see how I'm your daddy? You want a son too, right? All right then.
it's what you got to do to get a son.
Right.
The agent of a woman you're gonna have to get you any type of child, boy or girl. In order for her to have a child, she has to have an agent of a man. Period.
But
Anything that
now they got this new
nature
thing.
brings. That's what I'm going back. I'm going right back to what you said, Brother Key. Nature brings forth life.
Mm.
And it's not even necessarily on a human level either. All life, it has to be natural. Nature brings forth life. Like you plant a seed and then you water it. That's nature. It's only natural for wherever you're planting to come out, right?
That's right.
It's only natural. Peace to Kathy. And that's what we had to teach our people, family.
Oh yeah, I'm with
And,
you 100% on that.
it's not hate to be against something. See, that's the thing. That's the culture that they're pushing. If you're against something, you automatically hate the person that you're
Yeah,
against. I'm not against the person. I could be against the lifestyle.
yeah.
I could be.
That's low frequency. It's just a reason that they look in, because if they got a reason to keep it going, so they find in the most petty reason to be able to keep the shit going. Period. I mean, because you can look at it. I mean, even now they probably fucking with your algorithms for saying that T word. That's why I be saying the alphabetical community. They can't get me for that, but they can hit you with a strike.
If somebody's going around calling themselves that, what the hell am I supposed to call them that? They call themselves that.
Yeah, I know,
Right.
but they're gonna be talking about we bashing them and all of that. But you see what I'm saying?
Nobody
We
on
not.
this channel said anything derogatory.
No,
Yeah,
no,
Nobody.
no.
I know we
There's no
didn't. We,
way.
we we didn't. We didn't. But the way they setting the system up, you know what I mean? It's like you can't, just like y'all saying, you can't really say anything against them. I mean, if it even sounds like a pinch or an inch against them, then they're gonna be trying to flag people for shit like that. But it's
I
it's like
got
this,
my
man.
channel speaking. I got my channel suspended for a week a few
Yeah.
years ago because I said something
Mm-hmm.
against sexualizing a child.
Mm-hmm.
I went and I seen a title of this Caucasian girl saying why she hate the LGBTQ in her
Mm-hmm.
title.
I know. You
And that
see,
video is still up. That video is still up. You could type it in. And it's this Caucasian girl saying why she hate the LGBT. I never once said that I hate it. If I do hate them, then I hate some of my family members, and I don't.
yeah. See,
I
you
don't.
see,
No, I don't.
you see, the being that you're mentioning is like, remember, it's like they got free will basically to do that, to say that they trying to, you got to understand, they're trying to keep us boxed in any way, shape, or form. And then when you get to even noticing that about the white girl, that keeps you distracted about the real mission. Same way.
Hey, you right, Shan. You know how I'm saying you right
Right?
because they've been calling me over to go to the white flat earth community for like the
Mm-hmm.
last couple of months, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
keep telling them nah. And they like, why not? It'll be good, it'll be big, you'll get subscribers and all that. I'm like, man, fuck them subscribers because
Yeah.
they not overlooking they controlled opposition. They don't have to pay attention to controlled opposition.
Exactly.
We do that over here because we got to. Because they gonna use what I'm saying, the same thing they saying, and then they gonna tell me I'm a fucking terrorist. They gonna get a whole bunch of subscribers and money. I'm gonna get talked
Exactly.
about and attacked and all kind of shit, which already was going on. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You,
So why
yeah.
would I
You
want to
become
put myself
content.
in deeper shit?
Yeah, you become content over there on their page. You'll become the subject of their content, in which gonna bring them views and shit. Because listen, you a knowledgeable brother, and just think, if you a high frequency being and you drop in a place where there's mad low frequency people just there, what you gonna do? You're gonna light up that whole room, and then even if they trying to ridicule you for whatever it is that you probably saying, that's just for their light. So yeah, you right.
That's right.
It's
Don't
like
go. You don't need to
That's
go
right.
over there, man. We got to stay right here with us, man, and build us.
exactly. They will
That's it.
use you. Like I always talk about, like Brother Key and yourself, Brother Shane, talked about how they use us for their numbers and they use us for their talking points.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
like the Sister Act with the feminist movement. They use our sisters to get for the numbers
Hmm.
against for sympathy for because we never mistreated our women like white men mistreat their women. So they had to use our women for numbers to get the rights that white women had today.
Right.
They needed our women to do that. And our
Hmm.
women marched in solidarity with them. And when white women have never been sisters to our women, never. They hate
Ever.
women. They hate our women.
Oh yeah. They
Hate.
they. Oh man. We don't even need to go up into all of that.
I, I,
Just the
I,
just
I, I,
physical,
I'm
the
just doing.
physical. Yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
I'm just dealing with how they like the brother said
Right.
they wanted him to come over to the white flat earth the panels over there. They would use him because he would be a draw.
Hmm. See, he would be a voice. He would be a voice for
Exactly.
their black
Exactly.
community
He would be a
that
draw.
they're trying to pull in.
Exactly. And we can't be doing that. Can't
Yeah,
be
because
doing
we're gonna lose that brother over there where we need him over here on our side for. Because look, this, as I said, this is a powerful brother. His light bouncing right now in this room right here causes a lot of other things to be taking place within. So if we have that energy missing from our panels and our ciphers, bruh, you know what I mean? It's
and,
like a stagnation to our nation.
and what we do and what we need to understand also is if and when we do go to them and we are used as a tool for them, we need to understand that they break their tools when they're done with them.
Right. Right.
Right.
And you know what I got? So I got when I was asked, first thing hit my gut, hit my stomach. My stomach started getting sick. So I said,
Mm.
"Oh, nah." You know what I mean? I said, "Nah." So, but I didn't tell them that. I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me see what y'all talking about or whatever." So I kind of peeped into what they was talking about or whatever. But then I looked at their crowd and I looked at how they did what they doing. They doing what they doing freely. We can't do that. You know, they got
Right.
thousands of subscribers and they haven't gotten their channel struck or anything. So, and
Of
then
course,
I'm reading these new laws and guidelines that's being put out every day to where like some of the stuff we're pushing, they're trying to equate even the stuff we saying now. Not what we saying now, but you
Hmm.
know, I know some of the stuff that I teach. Like I just did a flat Earth short earlier about the moon. I'm doing real time videos. I'm saying how you gonna land on something that's transparent?
Seeing the clouds through it and shit.
It's
Come
transparent,
on,
man. Come on. I can't even touch it. You know what I'm saying?
man.
So they're saying that they go against the Bible. And
Mhm.
when they go against the Bible, it go against the J people, the Michael Jordan people. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, with them breaking down laws like that, we have to be careful. But with us being careful, our people got to be careful with us too.
Oh yeah,
fact,
yeah,
that,
because
bro.
we got to recognize where we are on this. Because look, this world is like a big musical. Because remember what the world is name is called the universe. That's you and I verse. Verse means to speak or basically to inflect the voice. You know what I mean? So if we having a verse between each other or the universe, that's you and I, me, you, or you and your woman, you know, man, woman, and child speaks everything up in existence, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? You and the universe is this song that's being played in this world. You got high frequencies, medium, and you got low frequencies. So which one are you? If you are a high frequency being, then you know you're gonna operate on some wavelengths that's gonna bring you love, peace, and joy, and caring and shit. But if you got the low frequency beings, they be operating, they talking about fear and anger and anxiety and stress and war and
Right.
shit like that. So if you just notice the song that the world is singing, you could pick the people out very easily because you could see like a motherfucker that's talking on some shit that is of those attributes that I just named as far as the low frequency, then you know that
Yeah.
either you gonna try to bring him to where you at, or you just gonna tune his ass right out because that's
You
what they
speaking
want. They want
deep.
you. There you go. You got it.
Exactly.
The frequency, man, is light, sound. See the light come from the sound. And see,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use this example. Like when I tell people say about the Bible, you don't project down from heaven. Well, in this reality that you can look with outside, you do project down from top, and you project down from the bottom. It's just the light that come from the bottom is dark, and then the light that come from the top is light. You know what I mean? This is how we get this whole reality we look at. That's why the sun and the moon are luminaries. It's a
Mm-hmm.
main point of light that's at the top of our reality. It's at the most high point of our reality that we look at. We right here in this meat, but we also light. We also we are angle of light now
Mm-hmm.
because we shine brighter than the sun, and we don't even know that. See, the sun being when it hit us, the moon being when it hit us. So that's why they call us fallen angels, which are fallen angles. The first fallen angles. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
what we have to think about is when we talk about frequencies. See, when we think about frequencies, we think about electronics and sound waves and being able to post on social media and shit like that. This is all the same shit that we are. This is why they
Mm-hmm.
take shit out of your body to even make this shit. They use the plasma out of your body to even project uh frequencies.
Mm-hmm. That's why they got the flat
All
screen
that.
plasma TVs. It
Oh
pushes
yeah.
more. It emits more. It has more magnets in it.
It
So,
make it
cause
more real. You
right,
see it better. You connect to it better. The shit in
mhm,
your eyes. Because
right.
look, what we look at, right? I'm looking at my laptop right now. This shit say Samsung on the bottom. Even
Mm-hmm.
though I'm looking at this Samsung computer, I couldn't see it if it wasn't inside of me. See, my eyes are projecting outside of me. This shit gotta be inside of me. I'm looking at it, but I gotta put it inside. Your eyes like a mirror. Your eye, you see how a mirror work? Everything is a mirror.
Even
This
life,
how this shit get, man.
and with that, with the what you just said, the eyes. If you if you close your eyes, you could still also see that computer in front of you,
Exactly.
and you could also see it even probably more vivid too, because it's like that's just like when you meditate is when you like close you could meditate with your eyes open. I mean, but you could when you meditate with your eyes closed, this is that being or that higher self basically that people would ascribe or attribute that to like God or something like a higher power, but that's not outside of us, it's within. So we're focused outside looking for somebody to come change our lives and give our problems to and all of that, somebody to come save us and shit, and all we had to do was basically look within. And even
Biggest
most of the
problem.
religion,
That's the
yeah,
biggest problem, brother Shan, that we look outside. That's the biggest problem.
we don't got to look outside. Look, most of the times when you look outside is rainy, it's snowy, it's
That's the
sleeting.
that's the biggest problem that we look outside. It's within.
You
In
know what
order
I'm saying?
for, like a
Look,
lot of people
look,
say, people ask how you get rid of the. I have my favorite saying. They ask you how you get rid of the nigga mentality. You know what I say? My favorite saying is look inward to get rid of the inward. That's my favorite saying.
simple. And then if you look at it for real and physicality, okay, um, your home or inside is warm. It's and there should be a humble abode, clean, in order. That's inside. Like, outside, you look outside, cars moving, it's mad chaos shit going on. You know what I mean? This is what you see outside. So mimic that right there to the same type of spiritual thing.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
And then we
when
can see what we're doing.
equate that, I got kicked off.
Yeah, we
But
see.
man, I had to come back because this is a deep conversation right here, man.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course.
they start, hey man, we speaking that truth. So
Oh, that
when we
happens to
start
me on
thinking
my panels
about
all the time. As
ourselves,
soon as, oh my bad, I was just saying, as soon as
yeah,
somebody
you
start
get to
talking the
cooking,
truth,
man.
oh man, they be kicking us off. They be chopping our words up and shit. I be like, damn. You know what I mean? All
Maybe
right, go
And
ahead though.
like we
if we
saying,
keep
like
going at each other, let go
the
though.
body
If
is
we
a
keep,
temple, right?
indeed.
Mm-hmm.
The
I'm
body is a
listening.
temple, right? So we looking at a temple. A temple is a home. So we look at a home. It's a family and structure. It's a family structure inside of a home.
Mm-hmm.
We got a subconscious mind, which would be our mom. We got a conscious mind, what would be the dad. See, the conscious mind deal with all the shit on the outside. It go out searching for shit, uh, being on the
Mm-hmm.
defense with shit attack. See, the subconscious mind stay inside. It only worry about the things that's inside, but it produces the things that you do. See, the subconscious mind tends to the things that's outside. The conscious mind had to merge with the subconscious mind to produce the child, which is the baby, which would be the present, which would be the gift, which would be what we actually produce in life, what we actually do. This is why a lot of people have a lot of things on their mind that they want to do and stuff, but they leave in their subconscious mind unattended to. The
Mm.
subconscious mind is indoctrinated to the Bible. The subconscious mind is indoctrinated to the government or education. And the conscious mind maybe want to be on the truth, but whatever the subconscious mind is in tune to is what's gonna be the product. That's like letting
Facts.
another
Now,
man come sleep
go
with
ahead.
your wife while you out sleeping with everybody else all night. Now, when you get home, that baby gonna look like this man that's been coming to sleep with your wife every night.
Mm. Right. You see, what they did,
That's
they,
yeah.
they figured out. You right. You're 100% right. And I'm gonna say something. What you said. They figured out that it was the because if you look at the word government, right? They figured out that it's if you notice, it's all about governing the mentality. That is the prefix of the word mentality. So if you have govern, which is to rule over or preside over, it's the governed mentality. This is the same type of mentality that the Bible issues, to be governed by something higher than yourself. So this is the distraction. Remember, we're on a track or train. They want to train us or program us. And that's where the distraction comes from. So as you said, now within, they figured out that, oh, we got to work on these motherfuckers from within because they're connected to something that is higher than us out here. So if we work on within, we gonna fuck them up. So
Yeah,
this is why they working overtime on governing your mental or mentality.
exactly. I mean, they don't sleep. They work in shifts to do that.
Mm,
They work in shifts to do that because our minds are currency.
wow.
Work in shifts to keep that and maintain that.
Wow.
And you see how it, they it's attacked from all fronts. They're going to keep our mind preoccupied with as much BS as possible so we don't be in our right mind and its full capacity and potential. So
Mm.
that's why they always have certain things. See, because our people need to get out of wanting to be entertained all the time.
Entertained mentality. Listen to the
Exactly.
word.
It's
Meant.
inter and it's tainting our mind, like and with recreation, because recreation wrecks our creation.
That's right. We should be recreating instead of
Exactly.
having wrecking our creation.
Exactly.
See, see, the words that they be using too, because y'all got to look at it. It's also subliminal. Because look at the word I broke down the other day. Blessed. Now we would all come in and say, yo, be blessed, my brother. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to be less than I am. Because see, when they do it like that, it's hidden in plain sight. So when you say a brother is getting his blessings, no, you letting somebody to tell you to be less than what you are, be lessened from who you are. See, this is what happens when the pastor touches your head in the church at the altar or the slaughter. They touch your head and they suck your energy and tell you to be less than you are. And everybody else that's around the pastor, they're holding their hands out, harnessing your energy to pull it out of your body, your soul. So now
Exactly.
this is when you drop to the floor. Now after he pushes you down, he says you just got the blessing. You will be lessened than you really are before you came up into that altar. So you see, this is what they do with these words. We got to work with wordplay because wordplay lets you see shit like that in plain sight.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey, that's why he push your head back like that. That's why he tell you
Yeah,
to
he
get on
stole
your
your energy.
knees.
He stole your energy. To worship is basically you got to get on your knees. You got to get down and actually, you know, subjugate yourself to or submit yourself to. So this is giving up your power, brother. This is all
Like,
it is. Just like the brother said, it's currency, power, waves.
and
You know
that's
what I
and
mean?
that's why I made a video of about last year when people were taking knees and stuff, taking knees during football games and sports stuff. I'm like, no, that looks too much like capitulation. How you gonna go from standing to going down on your knees? No, we don't do that. Now, if you want to, protest anything, just be as you were. Act like you don't even hear that, or don't even move. Just keep. If you're having a conversation with a brother at the game, just keep talking to him like it's nothing. But for you to be
Yes,
standing up and the Star Spangled Banner come on, and you go down to a knee, that looks too much like capitulation to me. To a
right.
knee, you know
Right.
what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
And
Like
he said,
that.
especially who we said, advise him to do it. Somebody from the military told Colin Kaepernick that he should just take a knee. I'm like, hell no, I'm not taking no damn knee. I'm
You know what?
standing.
You know what I look while we
standing.
on this wordplay shit, right?
You
You know what
serious?
a capper? You know what a capper nick is? That's a capping nigga. That's a capping ass nigga.
That damn nigga.
That's a caping ass nigga.
Caping nigga. Caping ass nigga.
Caping nigga. Yeah.
But
So I
wasn't
feel
he wasn't he the one that bucked though? He actually didn't do what they wanted
see
him to
that
do.
was the
What I'm
psyop.
saying is,
See,
what I'm saying is,
he was the one that made us take the knee.
he's the
See
one
what I'm
who
saying?
started the knee,
Yeah.
but he was suggested by a military personnel who say, "Won't you just take a knee?" No, I'm standing. If I'm standing, that's worse. Taking a knee is worse than putting your hand on your heart during the Star Spangled Banner. You're gonna go down further than you was. A man is supposed to stand.
Right.
See,
So you
I
going
just
extra negative now. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but that's what I'm telling you. Taking the knee is like a form of submission. When you submit, it's giving up your power. So submission is not really in the original man's genes. We already kings and shit. We already know this.
We don't.
You
We
know
don't.
what I'm saying?
We don't take a knee. We don't go down further.
Right.
If we're standing like a soldier standing erect. And for us to take a knee, that's
Exactly.
capitulation.
Let
That's
me just put
Right.
it like this.
waving a white flag. We don't do that.
Right. High frequency doesn't really operate on low frequency because look, love, peace, and joy and happiness has nothing to do with fear, anger, war, and anxiety. Just
Exactly.
look at the two. It's completely different, man. So once we know that taking a knee is submissive, is giving up your power, that's not where you want to be. You
Exactly.
definitely need to be doing what you say you're doing. I'm still be hollering at homeboy right here, probably buying a pack of popcorn from a nigga. They be singing the Star Spangled Banner. I don't care what they talking about over there. 'Cause I'm doing my thing. You see, you got to subscribe to it in order for you to be involved in it, basically. So if you notice it, because if you subscribe, that means you believe in it. You notice it. You're going to take part in the rules that comes with it. You see what I'm saying? So
Great.
the Star Spangled Banner says you got to put your hand over your heart, or you got to take a knee, or you got to bow down and close your eyes. It's all submissive behavior that they're telling you to do. You know what I'm saying?
Put the highest middle
So do
finger.
you know what the Star Spangled Banner is?
What's that?
I mean, see, once we know what stars are, right? So once we understand about the neurons inside of our brain, once we become conscious enough to be able to see these spectacles inside of our mind, we can understand that these are the same spectacles that's inside of our that's inside of the mind of the most high intelligence. This is a
Mm,
brain. See, when we see, I see dots
Well, you know,
when I
star
close
spelled
my
backwards is
eyes.
rats.
And when I think about my brain, rats backwards. See what I'm saying? And man, y'all diving so deep right now with this wordplay, right? So this is all spiritual programming. All this is RBG versus GBR because we supposed to be on a BGR programming. We supposed to be on a blue, green, red program, but we on a red, blue, green program, which is like a Rubik's cube. This is why I use the Rubik's cube analogy, because not only do you have to flip it over, you have to flip the top two. Boom. That's
mm,
Exactly.
why Rubik's. So people never understood why Rubik's cubes was so easy for some people. They understood what I'm saying.
mm.
You flip it all the way backwards first, then flip the top two. Boom, you got the bottom already. Because it's top to bottom, and then it's the top two switched. This is the RBG coding. And RBG, if you look up red, blue, green coding,
Being real with you,
this
brother,
is the
being real with you, I never got that Rubik's Cube, brother. I never got it.
Yeah, I
me
had it.
look, me, I
I
oh
threw it
go
in the
ahead, brother, you got it.
I threw it in the garbage, brother.
See, you know what made me get it? You know what made me get it? Star Trek. And you know what's weird about it?
We chopped it up.
It wasn't explained. I could just see the colors. So once I saw the colors and once I understood the chakras and the chakra colors, I was like, oh shit.
You
This
know,
what they was doing?
it's also a matter of patience too, brother. Now I'll probably get it today because I got a little more patience.
Mm.
You know, when you're
You're
younger,
right.
you think you're moving faster and you acting like the world's about to damn end. You know,
Yeah. When you're young,
you
Right.
act
your
like
mind is not ready for certain things that you hear, man. You see
exactly.
now,
You act
you
like the
gotta
hours.
slow down.
Day.
Yeah, go ahead.
You act like it's not enough hours in a day when you're younger.
Yeah. It's like trying to put shit under your belt.
Oh
You
yeah.
don't know, you know what I mean? You're just trying to do stuff to just say that you did it. You know, those type of things without a purpose. See, purposes now come when you get older because you start to see things in a different what? Perspective.
Indeed.
So that perspective right there now starts to change, and then now you start to move away from certain friends, even family that was on certain levels. Like I lost family members when I woke up, kid. I had
Hey,
to do it though.
Oh
It
yeah,
is
me
what it
too,
is.
man.
You
You
know what I
know,
mean?
they've been looking at me like I was
but
crazy for so many years, but
keep in mind you gain family
uh
members too. Keep
nah,
in mind.
look, I just wanted to say, now they've been calling me lately like, damn man, this crazy shit you've been talking about for all these years, this shit finna get you rich, ain't it? And I'm like,
Yeah,
you know
because
what? I don't give a fuck if it get me rich. It mean more to me for you to understand. Cause that's where my troubles came from. You.
Facts.
facts.
You want your family to gravitate towards the truth and be in truth overall. That's what we want.
That's true. And when you leave them in the dust like that, you just got to leave them so that because everybody needs to do what? Look within. Because sometimes you can't even be their distraction. You just got to go and be like, because it's like this. Just think about the homies you went to school with, right? And some of them was church buddies or whatever, and some of them was Muslim, whatever. And then later on in life, when you saw them after they got a little older and out of school, you saw a dude with a kufi on, and he was probably talking some knowledge, and he was like, yeah, this dude sound, and then you was like, hold up, but this is a dude that I knew, and he's talking different from what we used to know. But wait, what he know now, So it's just and then he's doing good, but he's not doing what like your grandmother told you to do. Go to church every Sunday and throw offering or your tithes or whatever. And dude's not doing that. He's talking against that, but at the same time, we're seeing that his gifts or his presence that he's receiving from the universe is different from like what your grandmother probably would have so you're like, yo, and you start to get interested. So that's what happens with you when you leave your family. They be like, yo, Key left us, and he was talking that crazy shit, but now, like he said, now I'm seeing all the shit that he was saying happening to and this nigga, you know what I mean? And there's other people talking here with him too. Like, wait, they start to wake up and start to see that smoke and come out of that smoke, and then they start to ask you now, like, yo, Key, what's that stuff you were saying last year? Now you know that they start to listen. So this is the same way that we have to do this shit. It ain't everybody
You
that's
know
just
what's
gonna come to
crazy?
you. Yeah. Oh, he gone again?
Brother got knocked out again. Oh, he's
He's
back.
good. He's back. Yeah, he's back. Go ahead, bro. Is he back?
You branch
Yeah.
off where they was left at with some of the same what we would call indoctrinations of
Mm-hmm.
falsehood, right? Where you
Mm.
would go with indoctrinations of the truth. Because we can't
Exactly.
just call them indoctrinated. We got to say, hey man, you indoctrinated with bullshit. I'm indoctrinated with the truth.
Exactly. I'm
So it's
in.
not you indoctrinated. It's you're indoctrinated with bullshit.
The word
Mm.
has to be used
You
in the
know?
proper
And
context.
when they do that, yes, sir. This is why I appreciate you for this bill, man, because we have to start to set precedents. And when we
Indeed.
got somebody like Shan, man, bro, like so cold with the etymology, man. I went on his page the other night and we were just breaking down etymology. And that's what gave me the foresight to see, like, man, we need to do more bills where we can break down these
Definitely.
words so our people can have a proper understanding. Because
Yeah.
education don't give
Facts.
you this.
I'm an English major. I was an English major in
See,
school, so I would have a very good bill with shared on that etymology.
oh yeah, see, the word education is misused as well because to educe, that's the prefix of that word is to educe. That means to bring out. See,
Exactly.
in schools, they don't even give you a chance to bring nothing out. You got 40 people in the class in a row, and everybody got to raise their hands to speak. How are you allowing these people to actually push out their talent that they were given from within? You know what I mean? Not everybody is a scholar. Not everybody is an artist. Not everybody is a music or a dancer. You know what I'm saying? So you got to allow these people. This is why most of the people who got money, they actually homeschool or private school their kids because you get more out of your child that way with the education. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be careful uh, who
That's
we allow
right.
to educate our
Education.
children.
Brothers on it.
Like that word education.
Education is to bring what's the student's
That
potential,
word education, bro.
put it in,
Bring
bring it
this
out.
Yes.
potential out. Bring it out. Like the word vacation, right? You vacate when you
Yep.
leave what you've been into already. Now, You know what I mean? You could do an incation.
See,
There's such thing as
indoctrinate.
an incation,
You see,
but a vacation.
hmm vacation is to
Oh
go
no,
away,
you
right?
got it, bro.
So,
I know you finna go in. You got it.
nah, I was saying that indoctrination was like
Oh
that
yeah.
word, man. The process of what teaching a is what is it? The process of teaching a person or a group to accept a set of beliefs. See, and then
Uncritically though.
yeah, and then not even so uncritically, it's just like they're gonna instruct you. They're telling you. They're not even giving you your free will. So there is no education in it. They're telling you
No, it's not.
iron-handedly. They're giving it to you and say, this is how you got to do it. And if you don't do it this way, then we're going to get rid of you, basically. So when you involve yourself in the system, this is what happens. Even with these artists that sign these deals and shit, they sell their soul because they get them in a room and tell them, look, listen, you gonna sign this contract. We're gonna
If you
put you
want to,
all these waves right here, these the media, the music, and the television, and you're gonna have to do interviews. You're gonna have to go on a tour over in Tokyo, London, England. You're gonna have to see. You traded your motherfucking energy just to do what? To have them show you on all of these mediums, radio, newspaper, and television. 666. This is why I said, like, they trick us into that shit. And the devil's song is so damn provocative. It sounds so sweet. Like oh, we're gonna get you a yacht. You'll be able to travel. You have 8 passports. You go to any fucking country you want. This is how they paint the picture for you. And
Yeah,
most of our people get caught up in that right there. And
but they
they're like, oh wow. And they sign the contract.
they own the
Contract.
contract, the con. Um,
There you go.
and also that the 360 deal means that they own you,
Oh yeah.
the whole entire spectrum of you. A complete cipher is 360 degrees. They own you, every
Mm.
aspect of you,
and
and
you,
it's not. If you read a 360 deal, it's not worldly. It has the word
and
galaxy
you
on
know what? You know what that 360 deal really mean? It
hmm
really mean you're gonna turn around at the end of this, and you're gonna be right where you was when you signed this.
it. What it
You ain't
means.
finna get nothing out of this.
You're gonna
You
go
ain't
on
finna get
the
shit out of
they're gonna run your ass around in a circle. They're gonna run your ass
Yo,
around in a circle.
that was the yo, that was the simplest and the realest meaning I ever heard about that one. I swear,
Yeah.
I never heard nobody break
Give
it
it up
down
to
like
the
that.
brother Key.
Big up to the brother
Cause you know
Key for that. Look.
I'm in the industry, man. I deal with these artists, and artists have come to me. I know I'm gonna get this number right. I know 9 artists who've come to me who've signed 360 deals, and I told them what I'm telling you right now. But I used this knowledge to tell them. It wasn't from me reading the law or none of that. I'm telling them, like, look, etymology is telling me that what you about to do is gonna be a waste of your time, my brother. Um, just do this like this, and they like, nah, you hating on me.
There you
Mm-hmm.
go.
You
There you
hating
go.
Yeah,
on
let
me,
him
man.
listen. Let
You
him think that.
failed,
That's
Key. You didn't blow up, Key. You had a chance. You didn't blow up, so now you don't want me to do this. And I can call 5 of these
mm,
niggas right now, cause 3 of them dead, and one of them I don't talk to no more. I'm telling you facts. So and they gonna all get on here and they gonna say, yeah, Key told me this 15 years ago, but I didn't
listen.
know what was going on, and I didn't. There wasn't nobody else supporting what Key was saying back then. Now there's this YouTube space to where people talking this, but we can't really trust that either, because then too what? Everybody think everybody a Kappa nigga, capping nigga, a
Yup.
Kappa nigga.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
See,
Ass Nick.
see, listen, first of all, the person who you was speaking with was using a low vibration word, hate. Oh, you hating on me. Once they start thinking like that, because see, once you put yourself into thinking on a low vibration frequency, then you're gonna start to think others are thinking that dumb shit too. See, with this shit right here in life, in looking inside, you gotta be pure, right, and exact. Because if you ain't pure, the universe is gonna give you back what the hell you thinking.
Yep.
Because your thoughts do project out here, regardless of what you think. Even if you only think that shit by yourself, you and the universe gonna deal with you. You know what I mean? So when you check the levels of this indoctrination to teach someone fully to accept the ideas, opinions. Listen, this is ideas. This is just some shit you think. Opinion is just like I don't even want to go with that one because that shit's bullshit. What they use to tell us
Where you're going, but it's
beliefs of a particular group and to not consider the other ideas, opinions, and other beliefs. So basically, that's the indoctrination of like these religions. That's the lie in every region. If you take out the LI, if we deal with that, we can join the RE. We got region. This whole world is a damn region, and we got the lie in every fucking region, bro. This is why we got so much confusion.
yeah. I mean, this is a ball of confusion.
It's a bowl, right? Fish bowl, Operation Fish Bowl. Remember that shit? See, it's all in the analogies, and they sneak certain. It's like sneak dissing and sneak attacking and sneak punching you in the face and shit without you looking and running. This is what they doing to us, and we not realizing. So we ain't able to stand up and fight back until we start to realize, yo, this is what they're doing. Okay, this is our common enemy. Okay. Not me and you right here on the panel. I'm not your enemy, bro. I strive to see you looking and dueling and dealing with your family better, just like I hope you would do for me. But it's not like that with everybody. See, you get on certain panels, you got arguments going on. You got
on the ticker, right? You see the ticker.
You got instead of debates like this wouldn't be a debate. This is a build. Instead of a person have a panel for a build, it's like I jumped on panels with like 15 people, and it sounds like it's like a market, and it sounds like everybody's just trying to prove a point. People arguing with each other. I'm like, this ain't the point. This ain't what I want on my shit.
But they sell, man. Everybody like, hey, man, 75 cents over here, 75 cents.
Right.
Hey, 57 cents right here. Like, hey, 56 cents right here.
At the stock market at the World Trade Center, everybody just scrambling. Everybody just scrambling.
Trying to knock the next person out the box. So if we wasn't all real people, I'd be sitting here right now. Like, man, the Enemy's Public got a nice channel, man. I got to figure out how I can steal some of his style before I try to make him look bad in front of everybody before I knock him out. Like, see, you know what I'm saying? This shit crazy. Listen to that.
That's that low vibrational thinking, bro. And you got people that just operate like that on a regular. And once we know that part right there, that's a wrap. We can sift them out like a strainer.
Yep.
All of the good energy comes through.
And then you can sniff them out when they come too.
Mm-hmm.
You sniff them out when as soon as they get here, you sniff them right out.
You know what? Exactly. I feel better, man, when I could talk to one of you brothers on the back end, man, and then we can get together, and then we can have a good build. See, my mind don't think like that. My mind say, well, shit, man, we had such a good ass build this time. We're going to keep having another good build, I'm not out for what you got or what you, I want what you want for you.
You know what?
I talk to you.
No, I do it. I say, okay, we're going to do part 1 on mine, part 2 on yours. Let's get it.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever Shan TV got going next, I'm going on his channel. And then I want Shan TV on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I just respect your energy, man. I know you understand frequency and shit. And I know that's why you vibrate the way you do. I've been telling my big bro, man, this the whole time. I appreciate you for showing up, man. This is a dope build.
Yeah, I was telling him, I said I like the brothers. I appreciate the brother and I like his energy. And I was like, yeah, had that brother come through. I said, I'm gonna go through when I see him live. I'm gonna go check him out and get on the channel.
Thank you. I respect you. I respect y'all for that, man. Thank you, man. And for you to have this right here is great too, because sometimes it's not only your own platform you want to express yourself with. You see, your audience sometimes is different from mine's. So what will happen there is that when they go back and they listen to it and they say, okay, so we get to project ourselves differently, not just to promote our channel or nothing, but we got stuff to say, man. We got stuff to say that these people need to hear, and that's it. Sometimes I don't get to say it on my show. You know what I mean? Or you don't get to say it on yours. But
But
maybe when
look
I
though,
come
if one of
around,
y'all say something that I said tonight, I ain't finna get mad and say, man, this nigga saying my shit. It
nah,
ain't my shit, bro. It's not about me. It's not my shit.
Exactly. Because I
yeah,
learned from somebody. I learned from
brother,
somebody,
he
and
dropped off.
yeah, he
He
tried to
dropped
learn
off.
from
Yeah,
somebody,
he'll be back.
and then we all learn from each other. So not only that, each one teach one. That means that if we say each one teach one, ain't supposed to stop with us.
Listen, all right, when you look at the media, all right, on Fox News, then you got CNN and you got ABC and you got CBS, right? All of these motherfuckers come on at 7 o'clock and they all got the same thing saying. So
Same.
ain't nothing wrong with y'all saying the same damn thing. That's the truth, nigga. What's you saying? That's
Hell,
that's what we supposed to be doing.
absolutely. And like I said, each one teach one is not supposed to end with us. So therefore, if you go and
Uh-uh.
say something that I said, oh, you passing it on.
That's
I mean,
right.
Y'all see they kicked me right off when I said that?
yeah,
Mm-hmm. We
they hate
seeing it.
this. They hate it.
Because it ain't no hate. It ain't no hate. It's not that my brother is trying to duplicate me. We brothers.
Exactly.
See, each one teach one.
It's,
So
yep,
it come out of this house. You see what I'm
yep.
saying? See, that's how it used to be. See the Black Panthers ain't never get mad at each other. For Bobby Seale ain't never get mad at the other brother for going out and you know what I mean? We
Huge.
all from the same house. We
You know what
speaking the
this is?
same message.
This is like us coming together and studying together, and then we taking it back, and we going out and
Exactly.
we study. We going out and we teaching it, going among the people and teaching them. That's what we supposed to do.
Because remember, every one of us have followers and we have an audience differently from the audience that we bring with each other. So it's like coming together now, it brings more knowledge, more things together. This could be like the back page. And then when you really go on the front page with what you've gained from the other two brothers on the panel with you now, it's like, yeah, it just makes things more complete. You see? So I like the fact that we could do this right here, and the fact that you take your time, man, because you don't listen, you don't have to do it. That's a fact. So
Uh,
when you do it and provide it for us, yo, you're doing a lot more than what you think you're doing.
like I
Trust
tell
me.
people all the time, I don't know nothing else to do besides get at my people and try to give them what I have to offer to better ourselves. And that's really the only conversation that I have. What are we going to do to make our people, to change the dynamic and the condition of our people? I don't want to have no other conversation.
It is, and that goes back to what you said, man. It doesn't. We don't need to be on nothing else, because we should focus on building us. And if
Indeed.
we do that right there, as I said, then they work in overtime. We already know that already.
Yep.
All right. So
And
when
shit.
we sleeping and shit, they
Yep.
still at it. You got
Uh,
a show that's probably going live from fucking 2 in the morning to 6, and we trying to get some Z's until about 8, and they be going at it.
They have a think tank that they're not showing nobody. You think that they're broadcasting their plans?
Oh
Hell
no,
no. They got a think tank that nobody know but they who are attending
that's
about
crazy.
us. And the conversation is us. How can they, further bring us down as far as like the condition that we're in? But we're having a conversation of how we're going to change the dynamic of our people. And like I always say, the gig is up with that bullshit.
Oh yeah.
The
It's
gig is
up
up.
because the what I see, the indoctrination is teaching someone to accept a set of beliefs without questioning them, bro. And when I delve deep, because before I jumped on the show and shit, I kind of did a little research before I jump on panels. I do that. I don't like to come on and sound like I don't know what the hell I'm dealing with. So,
Indeed.
but in the
I
places
know
I go
that about
sometimes.
you though. That's why I wanted you to come on, cause I
Okay.
know you said what you said about me earlier, but bro, I respect your work. I respect you as a person. I respect your energy, man, and I think we
Indeed.
need
Thanks,
to
thanks,
have you more,
thanks.
man. For real.
Yeah, the
I
first
will
time I
do,
had
man.
this brother on, I was like, yeah, I gotta have this brother on as many times as he could come on. The brother, I
Trust
said,
me, man. Y'all making me feel good, man. And I respect both of y'all knowledge as well. So trust me, this is what it's like a pit. See, I got a co-host on there, man. That girl she's real powerful what she believes in, but she said it's like a pinball machine. We here bouncing light off of each other, left, right, center. That's how we do. That's what knowledge do, man. Knowledge is to know the ledge. And if we know in the ledge with each other, then we'll never fall in the pit of ignorance. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
say, that's what I say, brother. Know the ledge before you pledge. When you get to that ledge, you have to see, okay, how deep is the fall and how far you got to run back to get
mhm,
across. If you don't know the ledge before you pledge, what you do? Fall off the edge, right?
exactly. That's perfectly said, brother. And to believe indoctrination, man, to believing in something without questioning. This is just like all these rules and guidelines and shit. It's like nothing is free. Like the world, look at the universe. It's just a free place. If we weren't here on the universe, this should just be growing out of control. Water just be running shit. You know what I mean? So when you put us in a boxed in situation, it's like you really trying to basically play God and keep us away from what we really supposed to be. Because a box, I think this is, see, if you take the box and you open it up, you get a cross. And that is thinking outside the box. And that's why I would wear a cross on my neck without the Jesus piece. Because a nigga
Mm,
like me thinks outside the box, bro. And I'm
Mhm.
not going to let nobody keep me in the box once I have found out that I'm not the jack in the box
Okay.
that you pop up, that you use that little crank to pop up and shit when you ready. You want to use me as a spectacle and shit. Nigga, come
right.
on. This is
Would
what we got
y'all
to understand.
Good teaching, good brother. Good teaching.
would y'all say that, that we could become indoctrinated enough in the truth to be able to I mean, because you was just saying and you said a lot, man. Damn, I wanted to touch on a lot what you said because you hit a lot of good fucking points real quick. Um, could we become indoctrinated enough in the truth to where we can kind of overshadow some of these
Oh, yeah. I know where you're going with that. Hell
misnomers,
yeah.
you know what I mean, with each other? Yeah.
Brother Key, the word's been dirtied up so much.
Mm-hmm.
The word indoctrinated been dirtied up so much. But in order for us to let the people know and use it in the proper context, it has to start somewhere. It has to start somewhere. And this is the good beginning of that. You can be indoctrinated in the truth. Yet it's been done so much in falsehood that the definition is in, beliefs and unquestioned beliefs, because our enemy is trying to tell us how to think and what indoctrination is. We can't allow our enemies, like a man that don't treat you right is not going to teach you right. So wherever
Mm.
wherever they offer us, we have to give it back to them.
Yo, that's real right there.
That was a hell
Yo,
of an analogy he just used, man.
yo,
It
don't
just
look.
took my
Listen,
mind to something
listen.
else, like, as far as internal thing, man, as far as women and shit, like, but I don't really want to get off subject. I want to stay on subject, man. I was just gonna
Nah,
kind
look,
of corner pocket. You
you
got
know
it.
you got it, you got it. But look, listen, I'm gonna say this right here to go with that because we're gonna get there. You see, with this indoctrination shit, right? What we have to do is teach our people certain ways to get around that shit because there is ways. Because look, asking for evidence is one. Rejecting faith based beliefs and religions is one. Like studying the opposing views is one. Being wary of persuasion by repetition, because remember, they repeat the same news, they repeat the same series, the same shows, the same laws and shit. That repetition is what you have to be wary of, and seeing that this is what's causing the indoctrination. Like being wary of the appeals to the popularity. Like who the fuck want to be the most popular? The celebrities. Like fuck a celebrity, man. Nigga was the
Right.
same nigga that I was when he was down here with me before he sold his damn soul. That nigga ain't special. That
But
bitch
that
ain't
shit don't
special.
bring no money though. That shit
You
don't
see what
bring
I'm
no
saying?
money. You get money when you be yourself.
That's what I'm telling you, because they're not yourself again, because you are now scripted. You're turning into an individual that they're writing for you. And you have to, the
Man,
last thing that we got to do is practice sound reasoning. And this is what the fuck we doing right now.
Indeed.
man. Oh, bro, you
Indeed.
man, you fucking cracked that shit over the head like an egg, man. That shit was for real. That
Exactly,
was
bro.
some egghead shit right there, bro. That shit was real.
Bro,
Sound reasoning, brother. Sound reasoning. Exactly.
that's all we need. And listen to the words sound and reason. Listen to those two words like sound. That's the first one. Like if we were, all right, let's just say if we were some Bible niggas, listen, in the beginning was the word. Now, look at that. I done
Exactly.
told y'all that the word was the verse because we got to have a verse right here to have a conversation,
Exactly. Conversation. You and I
right?
That's
do.
right.
And then if you and I speaking the same verse, nigga, we on the same wavelength.
Exactly.
See, conversation produces light. So with a
Ooh,
conversation produce light. So
mm,
whether it's a small light, see, a thought is a small light. When it becomes action, that shit becomes a fire.
Indeed.
See, this shit
wow.
it be a small spark. When we have a conversation, it starts a spark. But then
Hmm.
when we start action with that shit, it starts a blaze.
Just imagine if you have 100 people up in here talking like this. This motherfucker be on fire.
This motherfucker be on fire, bro.
Man, StreamYard to kick us all off of this bitch.
They keep
Because
kicking me
you
but
see what
I'm
I'm
It
dealing
saying?
is,
with
it
something.
is what it is because we're going to continue what we're doing. And
Yeah,
it's all for our people.
facts.
It's all for our people. We're going to continue what we're doing. I love it. And I thank you, brothers, for being here with me, discussing what is indoctrination and who is indoctrinated. And we added on regurgitation. We added that on to the bill
Oh yeah.
Mm.
because they like myself and the brother Key Norfolk was speaking about. When you, regardless to what it is you're teaching, if you learned it from someone and you are teaching it, you are regurgitating it because you took it in your mind, you spit it out your mouth. So there's regurgitation. And also,
Yep.
we spoke about before you came on is the truth.
Mm.
We need to study whether the truth we have and we speak. We need to study that truth because the truth can be questioned, and we want our people to be able to understand the truth that we speak. Because you should be able to explain and elaborate on the truth that you speak. If not, you're just a parrot. That's all
Okay.
you are. You're just a parrot. Because somebody asked you to explain the truth that you spoke, and you can't elaborate, you can't explain that to that student or anybody who wants to know. You're
Hmm.
just a parrot. You're just parroting what you. It's not good to parrot what you heard without having a full understanding of what you're
Big
teaching.
bro, you couldn't have said that shit no better, man. Man, you lined that right out.
I got something to add to that, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna slide because I gotta prepare for some stuff for tomorrow. Plus, I got a show going on
After
If you
tonight's,
go
tomorrow.
live tonight, Shan, I'll stay awake.
Nah, I was nah, I went live for because let me tell you what I do. I do two things. I do a live on the straight YouTube, and that one I don't show nothing. I don't really do nothing. I probably just play some music because that one always be skipping and doing some shit. YouTube don't like that. So all I do is give out the wrenches over there. So if you see me live anytime and I'm out, I post it up and I put up wrench party. I'm just giving out wrenches on my pages and I'm playing my music. Then I go
Yeah.
live on the real stuff when you see us on the panel and we got people up there talking and stuff like that. That's when I really get up there. All right. So tomorrow I'm gonna really be up there tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
And we're gonna be chopping it up. We did sex magic yesterday, man. That was official because yo,
Oh man, I bet that'd have
man,
been crazy.
bro, they didn't
I got a
man.
lot. Look, I actually studied sex magic,
Yeah.
because I had to understand, and I don't want to break the bill, but I
Mhm.
was into business, man. I was into sales and customer service and shit like that. And what I
Okay.
understood with sales and customer service that there was like a lot of sex magic involved in sales and customer service.
Wow. Yeah, it's
And
that shit
yeah,
goes deep. That
yeah,
shit
that
goes
shit go
deep.
deep, man.
It goes deep.
So
We
man,
gotta,
I would
yeah,
love to deal
we're
with you,
gonna chop
man.
it up though. I want y'all to come over, and I'm gonna be linking y'all on like y'all shows as well too, because this is the type of stuff that I actually gravitate towards, man. This is a magnet for me, like to speak the truth, as the brother was saying, the truth. Let me show you something about that now. We regurgitate in the truth that we've adopted because it resonates with us. See, I
indeed.
use the word sound reasoning because, as you see, it's the prefix of the word resonate. Now, resonation is when the truth rings with you. The truth
Go
doesn't
ahead.
have to be something that's convincing. Like, you don't have to be convinced. When a person speaks the truth, you can feel the shit within. So the
Mm.
explanation that you say that somebody has to give, I ain't gotta explain shit when I'm speaking the truth because a nigga feel that shit through his motherfucking bones and be like, yo, Shan talking the truth. That shit real.
Right.
And he gonna show because I can show and prove by just basically speaking the shit. And you when you look into yourself, because that's where the answers is at. Don't look outside. I ain't gonna tell you to go out there and look at the moon or look for the sun. I'm gonna say just look within. I'm gonna speak and then you go within. Or if you don't trust me, go and research it too. And we'll see if we come to a common ground and then we're gonna build further. Because I tell my people like this, man. See, the
That's the
truth is
answer I
some
will look for. I will look for that answer, Brother Shane. No need to cut you off, but that's the
yeah,
answer I will look for. Your reference.
definitely. My references, look,
Exactly. That's
my
when you
reference my
exactly.
references is like this. I'm a man, that's number one. All right. I exist, that's number two. And my experiences of being around, that's another thing. Then we gotta go with
That's the best
syncretism.
example. Your
We got,
experience.
yeah, we got to go syncretism. Yeah, because experience is what you go through, and that's firsthand, bro.
Exactly.
Syncretism is the stuff that lines up with certain things in this world, all right? Then you got to deal with observatory reality, shit you can see, not shit that you got to hold faith to, or you got to be convinced to believe or indoctrinated to actually fucking get you. You know what I'm saying? So that's my shit. If it ain't something like that, then I'm with it because that's going to resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? You can prove truth can be proven by just resonation, bro. See, sound reasoning.
Limit of
See,
time. With no limit of time,
straight,
truth can be proven.
straight. You got it.
With no limit of time, brother. If it's the truth. And the truth don't go around saying believe me. It's gonna be the truth whether you believe it or not anyway.
Yeah, because the word believe, you got the word lie in it, LIE.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the word believe, you also could jumble it up and you got be evil.
and live
You know
too.
what I'm saying? Or live, because see,
I
live
I,
is.
I want to. No, go ahead, brother. My bad.
Oh, oh, nah. He said the word live. I was getting ready to hit that up because if you simply
Nah,
put, if you simply
my
turn the
bad.
word live, if you turn the word live around, you got the word evil, and then you could just add the letter D to it, and you got lived or devil. So
Devil.
it's just word play, bro. It's just
RBG. Once again, this is
This is
RBG
study words like you
versus
do, brother.
GBR.
It's like it's like when you study words. I could tell you study words.
oh yeah,
Spiritual programming. Spiritual programming. Me and this
because
brother had a
you know
very
why?
deep bill on
You
his
know why?
channel the other night.
Key and enemies public. Listen, the reason why we have to study words is because we realize that. Listen to this good, and I'm gonna leave this point. I said the last one was the last point. I'm gonna leave you with this one though. Look, our ancestral, basically our DNA and everything about us. See, we were visual beings. All right, which means when we went out there, we dealt with nature, as you said. That's the physical, the visual, what you could see. All right, we weren't dealing with like shit we couldn't see. So when we came back for communication, we look how it was crazy innovative. Instead of putting it on paper like these people do now, and I'm gonna tell you why, right? All right, we went and put the shit on carvings on the wall, deep,
Right.
because we
Right.
said we carving a picture too. It's not words, okay? Because words is just S. If you put it at the beginning, you get the word sword. Now words
Swords.
ain't. That's right. And then the
Mm.
words. Listen, let me tell you how you get words from the word, the letters, right? Letters. If you take the S and you jumble it around, you got the word settlers. The same motherfuckers that came with the swords and gave us these words. Now, what they did is took away the visual, the picture. If you notice, all of these religious books, they don't have any pictures. They got silly words or letters. Now these letters have,
Or they make stupid ass pictures that go with them
yeah,
with a
and
whole bunch
that's long,
of
long
fucking
after.
white folk, and that's what
Yeah.
the word I'm gonna use. Cause y'all white people know y'all know I deal with y'all, so don't do me like that. Well, I'm talking to my people, and I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
saying that.
See,
White folk, they replace y'all with us with the shit what my brother's saying. You white folk,
hold up, hold
and
up,
then
hold up, hold
yep.
up, Key. Let's do this because see, they do this to us all the time. So we're gonna be smarter than them. The low frequency beings will be attributed to those people because those people right there do all of these things that I told you. Their hatred, they're warring, they always want to go to war, they're anxious, their anxiety levels, they're stressed out, they want to they want to lead with fear. And fear is false evidence appearing real. So that
They
right there,
operate out the root chakra, and I ain't gonna
that's what
interrupt
you
you
said.
no more.
No, that's no, you got it. That's it. That root chakra right there, that one is where they operate on that low frequency energy, bro. So because of that, we can attribute those to low frequency beings. You don't even gotta say that because see, that's a trigger to them when they hear white folks, oh you a racist and all that. Nah, I'll call you a low frequency beings, and that could be black, white, Chinese, any motherfucking color, as
Root
long as you
chakra
are.
operate, motherfucker.
Ah, there you go. Now you can say what the fuck you want because you know this is the same thing they do. They hide their messages in plain sight with these damn words, cutting us up, fucking us up. So therefore, what I do, I'm gonna chop your ass up too. So I'm gonna chop them words up, and I'm gonna go down into etymology, and I'm gonna try to get that shit so that I can understand what you was trying to say. You
Exactly.
ain't going.
Exactly.
That's it.
I
So
love
yo.
this deal, man. Y'all the truth, man. I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you
Man.
brothers for coming through and making this build what it became, brothers. I think
Much
this is
love.
classic.
Much love, for sure.
I appreciate that. And then your brothers can do your closing remarks, and and I'll be contacting you.
All right, definitely.
And if any of you brothers is going live, I'm there. I'm gonna get your notification, so I'm there.
Right, right.
As long as it's
Okay.
not tonight. I gotta go. I gotta go sleep.
Yeah, you gotta go. You
Yeah,
got.
that's
I see it, man. It's getting late and all that. Everybody's yawning differently, but yeah. In all that's being said about indoctrination, my people, the last one was. I don't say any of them is more important, but the last one is kind of like a highlighter. Like the sound reasoning is what we all need, and this is what we're doing. Okay, so with that being said, peace. Y'all have
Peace.
a good night. No candle loses its flame by lighting another, and I came here to do that with y'all. So thanks for lighting my candle, bro. I'm out.
I
Peace.
appreciate you, Shan. Man, hey, I appreciate you, big bro.
I appreciate
As
you, brother.
always, I appreciate your patience, man. I appreciate your knowledge. I just appreciate you know, your attentiveness to everything. And I know you gain that from certain reasons. And I just appreciate that, man. Um, I'm definitely gonna build with the brother Shan. I think we had a dope build tonight. I hope everybody got what they were supposed to get out of the build tonight. And just always know, man, that at any time I'm here, man, I'll be ready to build with y'all, brothers, man. Salute to y'all for another class of stream. Salute.
And I appreciate you, good brothers, coming through again, making this a classic build, giving all the good knowledge and the wisdom that you had to offer. And again, I hope that the brothers and sisters who came through in the chat was enlightened. On that note, I'll say peace. And I see you brothers on the battlefield.
Peace and power, family.
Peace and power.